Welcome to Logistics Shakti Podcast.
Thank you so much.
It's one of the great events today where I'm glad you could participate. Uh, in the initial session, we saw how the industry is growing by leaps and bounds. So I'm sure, as a logistic head of Tata, one of the premier group in the country, you must be feeling very elated and very involved in the growth of industry in the country. What is your feeling?
Feeling is it is very amazing at the moment, and especially in the supply chain sector, a lot of things have been happening in last 5 years. It started with global pandemic, and then we are seeing geopolitical changes happening, and then this recent port closure. So there are a lot of changes which are happening in the supply chain sector, and people have to stop thinking about linear inventories, cost efficiency. Now we will have to build a supply chain, and that is where the whole industry is moving. They are changing the supply chain network. Now it is not about linear inventory, it is about buffer inventory in difficult times. It's about real time monitoring, it's about network resilience. So exciting times. I'm very happy about it.
See, in fact, uh, you're more in modern retail. So, currently, how is it evolving? Retail sector is evolving in regard to the development that is happening, especially when e-commerce, Q-commerce, or e-commerce and Q-commerce are gaining ground. So, how is it impacting you? How is it helping you? How is it helping you grow?
See, I'll give you a very simple example. As far as retail, modern retail is concerned, earlier we used to plan 2 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter. Now, all these 2 seasons are now classified into 4 seasons. Earlier, we used to plan 6 months in advance. Now, the customer demand is changing every day. Every day. So, modern fashion retail has also become like Q commerce.
No, modern retail vis-a-vis the normal traditional this thing is what is happening. But with the QCOM coming in, it is now again going for drastic change. The demand, the expectation, the availability, the inventory planning, all these have gone to great extent.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, we are now looking at buffer inventories at multiple locations.
But buffer inventory does not increase your cost.
If you look at the inventory carrying cost versus non-availability,
Okay.
then
Is
non-availability
more
becomes
critical.
more critical.
Oh, okay.
So the
But does it
time
increase your cost?
minutely,
Minute.
not very much.
Okay.
But then the demand is changing. So, and especially for modern retail, when the demand is changing and impact for Q-commerce is there, the last mile connectivity has become very, very important. Very, very important.
And with the fashions changing by leaps and bounds, they are being more westernized. You're basically into fashion industry and this thing. So the fashion changes very fast. How do you cope up with such kind of this thing, especially when they want it today and then you have to, if you don't like it, you get it replaced again. That's the trend now. So how do you manage that?
That's a very important and very interesting question. And that's an interesting challenge for us these days. As I told you earlier, we used to plan the fashion 6 months before. Now we have created, yeah, now we have created the design studio at every location, because with the geography, fashion is also changing. So there are design studios all across, and every day new designs are coming, going to the vendor. There is a pressure on our contract manufacturing vendors also. They used to have 90 days lead time. Now it has reduced to 15 days. So yes, challenging times are there, but it's interesting. I mean, in
You have
last,
become more demanding with the logistic players.
yes,
Are logistic players happy or they are putting you too much of pressure?
initially they took lot of pressure, but they are evolving with time. They are, yes, they are adopting technologies, and they are getting rewarded for that. So these are good times.
Judy is doing pretty well. I'm told you're expanding it very greatly, and customer response is quite humongous. In fact, at my age, I also have tried.
Zudio is one brand which is value conscious, and we had 100 stores in 2021.
Oh,
Now we are sitting on 1,000 stores.
oh
Last
my
month
God!
I opened 80 stores.
Oh,
So it is very well
you've gone to
received.
B grade,
Tier 2,
tier
tier 3
two, tier
cities,
three,
and
everything.
we are getting very good response because the product is, I would say, it's a value clothing. very popular with Gen Z.
Yeah,
Latest
because it's
design.
very trendy and you can change. It's so cost effective that you can
Yeah.
change every year. Yeah.
These days, what has happened to the young generation, they wear clothes for 5, 6 times and throw it. Zudio fits in there.
So it's caught on to the tier 2, tier 3 also.
Yeah. It's very popular in tier 3 cities also. I'll give you example of Tirupati, which is a temple city. We opened one store. The demand was so high, now we are sitting on 4 stores.
In fact, now urban crowd is able to match up with the city crowd in the fashion. So it's a great thing.
That's a great thing. Yeah.
Yes, great. So, what do you think? One good thing which you would like to happen in this current trend of logistic industry going tech high, high demand, high expectation. What is the one thing as a retail supply chain head you would like the industry to ensure that this should happen?
For me, and what I'm finding challenging at the moment is that last mile has to be strengthened. And automobile industry has to come with a better solution of EV. Currently, the solution which is available in EV are expensive and are not cases are not foolproof. So there we need to work a lot. There we
Yeah, last mile EV is going to play a very important
very
part, and
very important.
still no real credible player has
Yes,
come.
yes.
Yeah. So that probably some biggies should come in and take hold of this.
Absolutely.
That's true. What else? What do you think? What else is one area where you like a lot of improvement to happen in supply chain, entire
In
supply
supply
chain,
chain,
right
we
from when I
will
say
have
supply
to-
chain, right from procurement up to last mile, final delivery to the customer.
One important aspect is skill development. So people, we will have to take a lot of good care about the people. It's not traditional blue collar jobs. We'll have to work on the skills of the people. We'll have to take care of them. We'll have to pay them well. And work life balance has to be there so that they can give better outputs.
See, I'll tell you, we have been together in this journey, and one thing that we face always is to face is the seasons, peaks season, and then there is a complete lull. So the expectation of a lot of technical skill manpower is there for say 2 months, 3 months. Then there is a lull. We expect them to go out and then again come in the next season. So this is creating a major challenge in providing a skilled staff, because when you then you get a new set of people, again you skill them. I always say in all my forums that there is no problem of skill. It is how you provide them the stability and this thing, then you can provide. But if you expect them to learn everything which they actually do in 1 month and then deliver for 3 months, then again look for some other job, that becomes a problem. How do we get out of this problem?
See, what is happening right now in India is that there are no 2 or 3 peaks. Now there is festival almost every month and there is a peak. And what we have done is now we have accepted that and we allow people to go for 2-3 days
Has
leave.
QCOM helped you in this? Because QCOM, the demand is always there.
Yeah.
So has it helped you in this, or
No, it has
no?
not.
It has not helped. Okay. So you mean to say that the season earlier there were only 3 seasons or 4 seasons. Now there are every month season.
Every month there is a
So
season.
the continuous demand is there. The
Yeah.
stability is there.
Stability.
I remember even
And you
Amazon,
have to
Flipkart.
accept people who are going home for the festivals, give them leave for 2-3 days. That will be much better than people running away and not coming back. Yeah.
And has it made any change to your procurement process? The current trend,
Not,
as you said
not
earlier,
really.
it's to 90 days cycle procurement cycle. Now
That
it
is
15
stress.
days.
That is stress.
So-
yeah,
so-
lead time has reduced.
So you mean even the vendors are ready to
Yeah.
serve in that manner?
Yes.
Great. That's really lovely interacting with you, and I'm sure industry, you have expectation, and the logistic industries have to deliver to that, and it's a win-win situation. I hope it's a win-win situation. Ultimately, see what happens is now new warehouses are developing outside the city limit, and they are big warehouses, because no more the small dingy warehouses would do. So you need A grade warehouse. So when you go for A grade, it is slightly outskirt. So the availability of skill is there, but then how do you rehabilitate them? How they come from various cities, because most of them do not want local people, because they may go on some projects, they will go on leave. So you want somebody from outside. So they need to be given a place to stay so that at least they remain. How do we plan to challenge that?
Yeah. So the best thing is you give them house, you give them food, they will always remain with you.
But accordingly they should be paid, or the service provider should be paid accordingly. So those things have to be worked out. I guess if it is taken care of in long run, it will always help because the productivity will increase and it will offset. But nobody is taking the challenge. Initially, there's some, see, nobody wants to, the problem that service providers are facing is nobody wants to invest offhand. They expect the service provider to invest, and it's okay provided there is a scope that he's going to be there for some time, then he will invest. But the stability of the service provider itself is not very high. So he is wondering, if I invest in tomorrow, I go out, I incur loss. How do I get back to the from red to blue?
See, there is a case study, I'll tell you. In my Bangalore operations, there were 500 people who were working. The new service provider came. He came with higher rates and he provided house to them, food to them, and we were paying higher.
Okay.
But the same work now is being done by 300 people instead of 500 people.
Yeah.
This is a shift
Very
in
good.
the
That's what I'm telling. Yeah. Great. So it was really nice interacting with you, and I'm sure together industry service provider and the service seekers would join and make a partner kind of a thing. And
Ramesh, you and me have worked together.
Yes, that's why we've gone a long way. We know the challenges both sides.
Interacting with you, and we are regularly in touch.
Yes.
And this is the right forum. I am looking forward to Logistics Shakti event.
Sure.
Very well coordinated by yourself and team. So thank you
very much. Thank you.